Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Hi.
How you doing? How you doing, girl? How you feeling this? How you doing, Canada? How you doing, Miss Canada?
I'm doing well. I almost represent Canada fully. This should be white.
Yeah,
white,
right.
red, white. How are you? Happy Wednesday.
Happy hump day to you and Wednesday to everybody out there. I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
I hope everybody out there is feeling good. We're going to have a beautiful show today. We have no guests, so it's just you, me, and her, and everybody else.
You are all the guests.
Yes.
Welcome to the Healing Vibes show. This is episode 5. Can you believe it? Episode 5.
Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, my friend. Yes, I can believe it. People, you got to, if you ever want to be a part of that commercial cluster right here or anytime we broadcast, all you have to do, family, just want to remind everybody that, hey, you want to sponsor and be a part of this journey we're on, please email us at Kerry@KerryAnnIngram.com or at KSPTVmedia@gmail.com. We're very reasonable, very fun, very loving, and have a great time. We're going to have a great time. Of course, it's called the Healing Vibes. And, and of course we got you want to be up close and personal, or you want to be far back? What you want to do?
Audience, what do you feel?
Hey, know what and what, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. And we're broadcasting not only on King Simon Presents, also we're broadcasting on the Numerovation Nation. We're broadcasting on Kerry-Ann Ingram. And we're on your Twitch too, right? On your Twitch. Mm-hmm. We're broadcasting at that. We're broadcasting on Twitter, on my Twitter at King Simon Prod, and also Facebook at King Simon Production. So we're broadcasting all over the place. Man, I forgot to share it in the Canadian links. Oh man. You know what? I'll just share the broadcast to them while we're doing what we got to do here. Do remember, family, guess who we got coming in on Wednesday? Next Wednesday, we got the one, the only Asir, the Duke of Tears. That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. I can't wait, actually. I can't wait. What you say? What you say?
Yeah, I'm excited for the conversation. You know me. I go deep.
Yeah. And I said we'll go deep also. He'll go right there with us. He'll fly right there with us too. That's how that's gonna be. Thank y'all very much for coming in. Hit those like buttons. That's right. Hit those like, subscribe, and care. That's why we put it up. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, sharing is caring. That's very important because it helps to build our algorithms. And of course, her and I do have a Linktree, but make sure you go to her YouTube channel and share her YouTube channel. She's broadcasting also on Kerry. We want to build her. I want to build it up to 1,000 to start off so we can make sure the finance is bubbling. We want the finance to bubble on that channel. That's how we want it to go. And do follow us on follow me on Patreon. She don't have a Patreon up yet, but when she do, we definitely gonna set the pace and send everybody over there also, because Patreon be popping. My Patreon is popping, girl. Oh, it's starting to turn up. I'm turning up. I can't wait. I'm loving it. But that's our Linktree. If you want to check us out. Matter of fact, before we move on, I want to share what her Linktree is looking like. So if you want to show her some love, this is the Linktree love. Make sure you go to her Linktree. There it is. Whoop, whoop. That's her Linktree. Yeah, you can register the link, all of that good stuff she got going on. That register is still going on, right? Oh, no, that's October 21st, huh? Or it's finished?
Yeah, I have to remove that. Yeah, it's finished.
Okay. Sorry for putting that up.
No, that's okay.
Just want to make sure that people recognize that you have a lot of things. You got book an intuitive energy upgrade card, consultation, online distant Reiki healing. She got a lot going on. She got join her YouTube channel right there over there on the Linktree. So actually, and of course, she does the high vibration Reiki, also infused healing jewelry. Man,
yes.
Tell us about that. What's that all about?
Oh my goodness. So, okay, how do I do this? I'm trying to also broadcast on Instagram. Okay, so let me see if I could just hold it steady. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Hi, everybody. Hello. So with my healing jewelries, they're high vibrational. I infuse Reiki energy healing in them. I have now, based on the ancestors' guidance, I've started to include copper. And we know copper is a highly conductive metal that helps to remove dis-ease and ailments within the body. It's used in hospital. They have resurfaced or rejigged their surfaces because disease and bacteria does not stay on copper. So also shungite, shungite helps with EMF. So I use a lot of shungite in my designs. And the crystals that I use are high vibrational. I match them to whatever ailments that a person is struggling with. And yeah, I
understand.
It was a really interesting opening of how I started to make them, because, in the past, I would make a bracelet when I was feeling really energetically low, or I was going through a really bad breakup or something like that, right? And I know that, crystals are high vibrationals. They really help us with emotional and physical discomfort in the body and mind. So I decided in 2018 that in this phase that I was going through, I needed something to help me along my healing. So I created this really beautiful piece, and then Spirit said, go on Facebook Live and just talk to the people. I hadn't done a live in forever. I'm not big on doing lives. So I said, okay. And then I set up my camera to also broadcast to Periscope. Do you remember Periscope?
Of course.
Is it even still around?
I think it is, but under something else. I don't even know.
So, I broadcast there, and I was making it, talking to people, having a grand old time. And from that's when Key of Kai, the high vibrational jewelry line, was birthed. And it was such a beautiful organic thing, because people from that, I ended it. I didn't sell anything because it wasn't about selling. People just hit me up, in my DMs, in my emails. They were like, how can we get some? We want that. Right. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, crystals are amazing.
Yes, crystals are an amazing thing. I think I have, I have the dynamic symbol on my throat right now. And I'm wearing a shirt that Dr. Africa and his wife produced, the male and female thing. That was nice. A very beautiful shirt that Dr. Africa produced before he transitioned. And I'm so happy that I was able to get that shirt, because it's like one of a kind now. It's hard to get right now. But I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, all that you're doing here on your IG. People, please.
Here's some pieces that I made.
Oh, that's
I just realized. So I've made this. This is
we throw you in the front. Go ahead.
This is pink quartz. Okay. So supports the heart chakra, the love stone wrapped in copper. And then this is moldavite, but it's inside. Bear with me, family. This is jade around my neck. And then this is shungite. And this is always with me, you guys. Like,
yes.
I usually have studs as well of shungite in my ears when I was wearing my AirPods more. But this stays around my neck because shungite and the copper, it really helps to expand our aura and protect our aura from all the electromagnetic attacks. And I literally at my desk, I have shungite, raw shungite, just sitting with me. And I personally prefer raw shungite over the quote unquote elite. They're the same. They're the same. But I like the rawness. Right. And then I have this tower. What is this called? This protects against all the electromagnetic rays coming from my computer, my mouse. Yeah. So yeah.
So you make all of that, of course, and they can purchase this through your Linktree also. They can go to your Linktree and hook you up and connect with you and all that too.
Yeah. For customs, email me and I will, or on the Linktree, just contact me and we'll set up a sit down chat and we talk about what your issues are. And I craft the gems specifically for your issues.
That is good. Let's give that a round of applause, family. Isn't that beautiful? That's what she does. Yeah. That's it. So when wrapping stones and all of that, do you have to feel the energy of the stone to make sure you are crafting the wrap that you're doing with the stone? How does that work, wrapping stones?
I always am in good vibrations when I'm working with the elements of crystals and gemstones, because they're alive. As most know, they are living entities. So I always clean them. I always give them thanks. And yeah, it's hard to break it down. I go into my element and I work with them and I allow the process to organically happen. Yeah.
She said, yeah.
Yeah, because I've never really sat down and be like, how do I really open up and get
right? I've seen, and this is going to be funny for a lot of people. I've seen another person born under that 26 energy, connected to that 26 energy. She's taken petrified feces and wrapped it in stone and wrapped it in crystals and was able to, and it was some out of this world stuff. She was good at what she did.
Yeah.
And her husband was called like the Black Magic Mayor of Harlem back in the day. His name was Azazel or Azariah, brother Azariah Bey, and his wife was Majade Bey. She said, I remember, I said, wait a minute, you selling shit? I said, wait a minute. What the heck is going on in the streets of Harlem on 125th? That you can just sell some doo-doo or some fecal matter to us on the street. How does this work? And she was able to break it down to the breakdown. So big up to Majade and the late great Azariah Azazel Bey, or Azariah Bey, all the time for showing me the worthiness of doo-doo.
You had to say it like that. That's hilarious.
No, but Kerry-Ann, what's so also funny?
This is the worthiness of doo-doo. Sorry, you guys.
No, think about this. Kerry-Ann, well, now check this out. Hold on. In the Brooklyn Museum. You ever been to New York?
Yes, I have.
In New York, at the Brooklyn Museum, they had an exhibit of a wall of doo-doo.
Oh, I have a story to tell you. You have to tell me this. A wall of doo-doo.
$1 million exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum of different feces on a wall designed with faces and all kinds of like, my goodness, what the heck? Well, give him a round of applause. He's a hustler. That's a hustler. I like his hustle.
The art scene in general is, I don't even know. I went to an art gallery, a contemporary art gallery here in Toronto in the city. And a friend and I, we were just walking. We were out, shopping. It was a great summer day. And we're like, oh, an art gallery. Let's go in. They literally, no exaggeration, it was an empty, large space, empty. And they had on one wall, Simon, on one wall, they had a line of dirt. And on the other line, on the other wall, they had a line of salt.
What?
And this was on display, and it was also up for auction. You could buy this.
What?
After the display was finished. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, how? This is serious. This is
sacrilege.
I'm not vibrating at that level to fully comprehend and understand the value. So I guess I missed out. And I'm sorry to the artist because I was like, what the hell is this?
Somebody asked you what's her process of cleaning her stones and speaking intentions to them. Okay. Well, go ahead.
So, as a Reiki practitioner, a Reiki master, I infuse the Reiki energy healing in the process at the end. And how I clean them in Palo Santos. And those are for the delicate stones. For my stock, the full moon helps to generate or remove all of the negative attachments that come from the places that we buy them from. So the manufacturers and suppliers. And then, whoever I'm working creating for, then I set the intention based on their needs, and then I clean them and infuse them with the Reiki energy and then send them off.
Okay. You're doing your work then. You're doing your work.
And I always have like selenite around me, to clear the space. I'm constantly burning incense, different incense in my working environment when I'm creating. So it's strictly when I'm creating, it's just for that specific cause, for that person's issue. I'm not intermingling with anything else because the energy has to be directed and crafted for that person and their ailment.
Right. People are asking me about this shirt. This was by Dr. Africa, Laila Africa. I don't think it's on his website anymore, but I will share the website because I do have the website here just in case I have to share Baba Africa's website. That's LailaAfrica.com. I don't since he transitioned, I don't know if the wife has been promoting or any of that the stuff that they used to make back in the day. She's only focusing on his books and the classes that she still teaches. She still teaches his class. As a matter of fact, they have a lot of his pre-recorded classes. He recorded a lot of his stuff. And I had a friend of mine that took his class after he passed on. She said the introduction was intense. Because he teaches real hard. He teaches because remember he was from that, he was from that nurse's background. He was a military nurse. So he shows you, he teaches from that how to transition from allopathic to homeopathic to holistic. He goes down those roads, even in the introduction to his class is deep.
Wow.
So I still implore people to go take his class. Please go take his class. His website is www. Laila Africa, AFRIKA.com. So you might want to hit up his wife and see if she still has these shirts. But this is his website, Dr. Africa website right there. Always gonna support my Baba. I think LailaAfrica.com. And please check out his website. Let me make sure that spelling is right. I'm here. I don't want to butcher. Oh, it's the A before the I after LL. Okay, so let me make sure. Let me change that around, family. Follow me. I got his books right here, so I got to make sure I'm spelling the man's name right. He's probably gonna hit me upside my head tonight in my dreams, knowing him. That's his website. Laila Africa, LailaAfrica.com, LailaAfrica.com. So make sure y'all hit Baba Africa. If she hasn't, she'll email them, and if she still has more, because I think they still had more, but because he transitioned, into that next realm, they, the wife is just staying focused on what the classes and the products and the books. So I understand, and I respect her for all that she's doing at any level to maintain that discipline that Dr. Africa had to offer. So, girl, let me tell you, this has been the start of this month, since last night to this night. It's been very interesting moving into the cycle that we're going into. And those people that didn't get to see that 9/11 or 9/11 or 4/11 lecture that I did on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook, check it out right here on the YouTube channel. Very informative, but I kept it real simple. I like to keep it simple and keep it moving. I don't like to get all technical and all that kind of stuff, because if a child can't understand it from 5 years old to 105, then it don't make sense to me. Babies got to learn, because babies are ancestors coming back. They coming right back through.
So they are.
They really are. Big up to those babies. Big up to those. Shout them out. Oh my gosh. And let's give them a kiss too. All right, y'all get a little kiss too. The babies that are coming through.
Babies are amazing.
There's a lot going on. Thank you. I have all of his books. Yeah, man. I hope y'all got the new African Holistic Health also. The new African Holistic Health has 200 more pages added to it. Do not get the old one. That one is, he said he wasn't even making no money from it because it was published by somebody else. But this time.
When was that one made?
The newest one was made right before he passed on, and the newest one. But the one going back like 10 years or those times, that one that's online, he wasn't making no money from it because he went to a publisher and they kind of robbed him. So
that's the one I bought, and I bought it in 2021.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay. The information is still good, but this new one, the textbook of African Holistic Health, have like 200 more pages, 200 to 300 more pages to it. More information, remix, he edited. I mean, I was there when he was finishing it up. I said, man, that brother knew how to write. Lord have mercy. And he wrote from pen to paper. And then gave it to the editors and the type and
yeah.
That's how he wrote. Because there's something about writing.
Whoa. He wrote that. The book is like
any of his books that you've seen is all from pencil to paper or pen to paper.
Mm-hmm.
That's how because it's something about writing. His writing was very nice. He had a very nice handwriting. So, but his wife, all his wives that ever he was married, because I know he was married like 4 times, but his last wife, that one there, she understood his writing, and I understood it. It was very clear, and he wrote, his penmanship was very legible. So I respect what happened there. So, but we're coming into the Day of the Dead tomorrow, or the day of the transition. That's gonna be interesting energy. That's gonna be interesting energy, and I want people to pay attention and don't get distracted by whatever they're putting out in this month. That's why I taught on 9/11 and 4/11. Don't get distracted. When they go low, you go high. When their vibrations take you low, you go high. And listening to us and what we do and doing the energy work with her or doing numerovation with us, with myself, it's going to be very helpful during the times that they're trying to create by lowering the energy and frequency of our people. And this is the last Jason month. The Jason months back in metaphysic talk, the Jason months were the months of sacrifice: July, August, September, October, November. The Jason months. Jason, if you know, Jason. And also, that whole Friday the 13th and Jason and all, they always put out the scary stuff, but they were Jason scientists out there that was able to, that there was a scientist that was there to help recognize the algorithms of the world and then tell the higher ups what is needed to be done and all that kind of stuff. It was called the Jason scientists, but in the metaphysics world, those were sacrificial months. Not only for the negative, but us for the positive, sacrificing, certain things that you don't want in your life anymore, the bull crap. And, as they're going into the winter seasons and everything like that. Go ahead.
So if tomorrow's the Day of the Dead, why do they celebrate Hallows Eve on the 31st? It's a 4 day.
It is a 4-day. That is a 4-day. But you know, Halloween is more about the harvesting also.
But isn't it the same? I've read in some of like the hoodoo and voodoo books
Right.
that it's the same. Halloween and the Day of the Dead, it's the same.
But that's from whose perspective? The Celts and the Druids was the Halloween. The Europeans, right? That's when they.
Yeah.
Right.
But for like the
Latinos,
American,
Spanish,
yeah,
right? The Native American, right? They honor their ancestors on that day. They honor day. So it's a different, because they doing it to spook and scare people, where they're honoring their ancestors and the skull and understand. Even when I watched it on a television show, I was watching, I think, a documentary. It's a real honorable thing. I would like to go to one of their celebrations, because you know, some of my family is from Cuba, and they do practice it. You know, the whole Santeria and, you know, all of that, which is connected to Yoruba and all that kind of stuff. So I do have a cousin that's a Babalao. We need to interview him because he's a Babalao. and also Brother Oba. Those who know Brother Oba, he's also big in it too. And he's from the Cuban and American connection that he has. So I think we need to have somebody that comes on that's proficient at explaining that. You know what? What's going on now? No, I better not text anybody. Jump on right.
My tarot teacher. She is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's going on with that person? How are they doing?
So I could see.
You can see. You said they see it. What you said? They said they could what?
No, I could see like if they would be interested in sharing.
Yeah. They live in Canada too.
Oh, America.
Oh, okay.
America.
Yes. What were we talking about before we got on? Because we was talking about something. We got the something.
And we did. The Saturn, how Saturn is moving into going direct. Saturn is going direct on the 4th.
Right.
And she's going direct into the 11th house.
And yes, and of course, this is a quote unquote 11th month, and quote unquote, you know, that whole energy and vibration is a whole different thing. As a matter of fact, that's going to be the 13th. That's the 13th. Numerically, that's the 13 when you add it all across. So that's going to be dealing with a lot. That's another. A lot of people don't know that's another metaphysical portal. The number 13, especially if you're studying gematria and Kabbalah. So big up to the Kabbalah God, people like A.A. Rashid that be teaching on that. But from my perspective, the 12 disciples, quote unquote, of the scriptures represent the 12 disciplines of course, like the zodiac. Those are disciplines if we paid attention to it. That's why we was talking about the Bible being all astrological and numerical. Yes, without a doubt. I have a few books on that too. You know, white folks are revealing that that's the deal. So, you know, but we've been teaching that way before. We've been teaching all of that comes from that. So it's important that many of us learn to study the connection between astrology and numerology and these scriptures that we are adhering to. Even if you're still in the church, remember there are higher echelons that pays close attention to astrology and astronomy and all of that. The higher echelons of the church. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I want to give an example.
Go ahead.
So
you want to share screen?
No. It's the actual book.
Oh, okay.
So the 11th house is our house. It's Aquarius.
Yes.
And ruled by Saturn.
Yes.
Okay, here's Aquarius.
Mama quiero, mama quiero, mama quiero, mamacita.
Okay, I didn't empt this, so okay. It's a lot. Okay, let me go back to something. Let me choose another zodiac sign. So in Mark, Saint Mark, the chapter of Saint Mark in the good old book in the New Testament, it is all about the astrological signs. So I don't know. Can you guys see?
Hold on, let me throw it up in front there.
Saint Chapter Mark? 1, yeah.
Yes.
So
yes, it is.
The beginning, chapter 1, that talks about Aries. And it's so let me read a little bit.
Go ahead.
The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And for many, I don't know, you follow the metaphysics. The majority of people who I'm sure into your channel are into metaphysics, so you know this already. Right. That when you hear Jesus Christ being talked about in the Bible, it's talking about the process, the Christ process of the chrism moving up your spinal cord, the oil, right. the celestial oil moving up. So the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as is written in the prophets. Behold, this is St. Mark chapter 1, verse 1. As it is written in the prophets, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. So Aries represents the head.
That's right.
So the head comes before the face, right? So it's talking about the process, the astrological zodiacal movement of the signs, like the sine wave, the waving of each sign, and how its movement throughout the planetary bodies, and as above so below, that same movement is moving through us. So the time that we're currently in is we're going into the underworld. You know, we're going into the Saturnian phase, which the Satan, the lower realms, which is not a bad thing. We are supposed to face things in this realm. We're supposed to be able to look at self, look at how we are interacting, how our thoughts are impacting our reality, and actually work through those things so that we could rise above them and through them, through the fire, and prepare ourselves to be reborn when the seasons break out and, you know, we get through winter, we come through spring, we spring forth. So, y'all, this is a good book. And I say this because I used to be the number one being like, the Bible, that's devil, that's blah. Now that I'm studying it, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many gems in this book.
There's gems in all of them, man. It's so much.
Yes, exactly. And that's my other point. I read this along with the ancient texts because the ones that came before it that helped to craft this those are more important in a sense that they're the true knowledge that they have crafted and pulled forth to put this together.
That's right. Yeah. Hello, AG, Princess AG.
Hello. Hey, girl.
Hello. Big up to everybody that's tuning in. So you see how she and you know, family, when you're dealing with a lot of these sciences, you just got to remember how to relate it and connect it to the human existence and relate it to what's also going on, because whatever's happening internally, you also got to remember that's things happening externally also, that these planetary and these numerical energies are also affecting. It's here to guide you so you could be able to navigate better in this realm. That's what's so important. So I always tell people, Kerry, that you're not the number, but you're born with connected to the vibration that can guide you in this realm. If you ignore it, that's up to you. Just like you're not the sign, but you're guided by that's why it's 12 disciplines. And after you get through the 12 discipline, the 13th, that means you got broken through the portal. Big up to people like Brother Panic who teaches on that all the time. Brother Panic breaks that down to the floor back in the day. Bobby Hemmett broke it down back in the day also.
Yeah.
So y'all got to look, and C. Freeman L. broke that. Yes, I knew she was going to say yes.
He's my ancestral grandpa. I love him.
Yes. And he's so calm and cool with it. Well, you know, brothers and sisters, let me tell you. He'll get on the chalkboard, and that's why I love chalkboards. He's one of the reasons that I always want to go back to my chalkboard, because PowerPoint is cool, but when you want to just free flow, now you got a board that you can just go
right. You're making me want to go take out my chalkboard and
let me show. I don't only have a chalkboard, girl. Let me tell you something. I got a whiteboard over here too. Let me show you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a whole nother board over here. When I put this up, I got a whole nother board ready for another journey.
Nice.
And then I can go to the chalkboard, so I keep on teaching nonstop. I want to teach. I don't play. I can do PowerPoint. I do have PowerPoint presentations, but when it comes to wanting to teach, ooh, Lordy, Miss Cloudy, and please, family, please share and like. This is the Healing Vibes. Now, people, you're more than welcome to ask questions. Somebody asked about what about cancer, aka Kepra, the beetle. Of course, that is the cancer energy. Of course, in the Kemetic, the cancer energy is connected to Kepra. She said, what about cancer?
Where is it? Where's it in here? Is he asking about where is it in here?
I guess that's where
it is.
My cousin in Canada is born the same day, July 12th, actually.
Really?
Day. Yeah, she was the first Black female model in Canada. She was also the first Black-owned and operated acting agency in Montreal, Canada. And she was called Susie Q in the disco world. And she was a disco diva right there alongside my cousin on my father's side, Grace Jones.
Okay. All right. So Cancer, it's in St. Mark's chapter 6, verse 30. It starts at verse 30 and it goes all the way to.
That's interesting. Chapter
all
6,
the way
30?
To the 26 of, or chapter 8, verse 26, all the way down to there.
Oh, it's chapter 8, verse 26? Oh,
no, it starts at chapter 6, verse 30.
30.
And then it goes to chapter 8, verse
26.
26, yes.
That's interesting because 6:30 is a Cancer energy. I mean, that's Mike Tyson's birthday.
Wait.
That's Mike Tyson's birthday, 6:30. So I always remember that 6:30 energy.
Okay,
so that's interesting, but it expands all the way it expands all the way to August 26th. Wow. I mean to 8/26.
8/26. Yeah, chapter 8, verse 26. And Gemini, for those Geminiers out there, begins chapter 4, verse 35.
Okay, while you at it, where Aquarius and Leo at? Come on, let's do it.
So hold on. So Taurus chapter 4, verse 35 to chapter 6, verse 29.
And what's that? That's what's that?
That's what? Gemini.
That's Gemini.
That was for Gemini. Okay. So you were asking for
Aquarius and Leo.
Leo.
I know they're opposite of each other or complements of each other.
So Leo starts chapter 8, verse 27 to. Oh, Leo got a shorter chapter. I'm sorry, Leo. No, I'm kidding.
We are set.
So it ends at chapter 9, verse 29.
Okay. And
then Aquarius starts at chapter 13.
Interesting.
Verse 1. Is it verse 1? Yeah, chapter 13, verse 1, all the way to...
Of the book of Mark, right? We're still in Mark.
All of them are in Mark.
See, mark that down, family. We're in the book of Mark.
Oh, mark that down. St. Mark. So, chapter 13, verse 1 to chapter 14, verse 16.
Wow. Hallelujah, 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 she's breaking down the astrological connection in the Bible, St. Mark's. She's talking about where they're located, so you can read about what's going on to show you that book is an astrological book from their perspective. And you got to realize you got to be open, though. Your mind has to be open. If you've been clouded with Christianity or any other thing, you got to go to the Gnostic mind. Go to the Gnostics, because the Gnostics, those were the
really good book.
Yeah, what's that?
That I recommend for people to read that is so helpful with this. It's called The Gospel and the Zodiac. I think Bro Free.
It's a purple book.
No, it has like the traditional Jesus figure on it, and it has like geometric.
Written by a woman, right? That was written by a woman, I think, a sister. A white woman. That's not the one written by a white woman.
No, it was written by.
Because there's one that's written by a white woman too. I don't have it here. It's in my archives.
Stuart Morton. It was written by.
By who?
No, that's the maps. I'm sorry. Hold on. By Bill Darlinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah, maybe it was Bobby that, like, one of those, Bobby Hemmett or Bro Free C.
This is also good too. The Gnostic Bible, because it talks about the Gnostic texts of mystical wisdom from the ancient and medieval world.
Does it talk about the astrological? This one I'm talking about has the actual astrological linking in the different chapters and verses.
Let me see if they're going down that road. I'm sorry. Let me see if they're going down that road. Now they're going into he's saying he's going into mythology and everything else. But I know Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett used to talk about the Gnostics. Yeah. I know definitely Brother Panic. He always, if you go on his channel, he's always talking about the Gnostics. He gets into the Gnostic because Gnostic means to know. That's the knowledge. That's the way it comes from, that word. And these guys, they try to get rid of and get these guys out of there because they was teaching the esoteric meaning of the Bible and all of that stuff of history of that time. But that's a good book. I got that just because Brother Panic shouted it out. And that's written by Willis Barnstone and Marvin Mayer. Also, this is a good book because this might happen. Manly P. Hall.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Manly P. Hall.
That definitely will. The secret teachings of all ages. Yes.
Yes, that's very good because I read his history about Pythagoras and everybody else. So I keep them on top, right alongside the Quran, my Bible, Phil Valentine's book. All of that is up on top right there. Let me throw you up in the front. I don't want people looking at my ass.
Are you mooning people? That's not how you get ratings, King Simon.
This ain't no OnlyFans, girl. This ain't no OnlyFans. So don't even think about it. You know, so I'm just saying. But I have all my scriptures. I even got the tablets. I got all kinds of stuff. I got the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion up there. I got.
Oh my goodness! I would love.
I got the Tao.
The Tao Te Ching. Yeah, I have a small version of that.
Oh, yeah.
But like the Neg Hammadi, I'm probably saying that. I'm probably bastardizing that, but the original copy of like the coming forth by day by night, by day and night, the Book of the Dead.
Oh, the Book of the Dead. Yeah, you got that one by
No, I want it.
Oh, okay.
Its real name is Coming Forth by Day and Night, I think it is. And
Coming Forth by Day and Night. Yes, that's what that. Yeah, that would be it. I remember that. But I remember a lot of Dr. Ben and a lot of them used to talk about different books and the book of the quote unquote Book of the Dead and all that kind of stuff. So. You know, we got to study. In other words, we have to apply what we're doing, you know, and that's, you know, in Canada, let me ask you a question about, because we're connecting borders here, family. This is borders. I got to understand. My girl is in Toronto. T.O. in the building. A lot of mercy.
it's like I'm in my own world. I don't socialize. Like I'm very
Okay.
to myself on
Right.
purpose. I used to be a social butterfly, but I
I get
don't
that.
care for that anymore. I want to learn and study every day. I study and learn. Like I don't, and the majority of people that I used to roll with, that's not their leaning.
Not
And
as
that's
well.
okay. We're all on our own path, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I am.
So wait a minute. So in that play in places like Canada or Toronto, how is the spiritual community out there? Is it
I have
growing
no
out there in
idea.
Toronto? You don't know if it's growing out there in Toronto? No?
Zero. The only I was connected to a Caucasian spiritual community when I,
Mhm.
was doing talks and working, doing workshops. But in terms of the densely melanated base community, I don't know of one. I'm not
Mm.
saying it doesn't exist, but I don't know. I am connected to the Americans.
Yes, right.
So
Mhm.
the majority of people that if you ask me about spirituality, metaphysics, and even, like from the Caucasian angle as well, it's Americans.
Mhm, mhm,
I
mhm,
am I feel that it's more open
mhm,
and people are more receptive
mhm,
than they are here.
mm,
It's very material. Like now that I've been in both worlds, it's
mhm,
very material here. It's not
mm.
as spiritually dense. Even some of the people who are spiritual, they're still it's very um clouded in the material still. So yeah.
And that's interesting. There's a lot of history in Canada, and a lot of people don't realize a lot of older history also, because a lot of people. When I used to live out there, the studies was that a lot of the quote unquote slaves used to migrate up there, to get away from what's going on in the mid northern area of America. So I know there's a lot of history that they're probably hidden from y'all and hidden from the people out there in Canada.
Well,
'Cause when I was
there's a
digging, I
lot
was finding some stuff. I was finding some stuff back in my day.
the Americans who ended up coming here populate in Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, yes, I remember
Yeah.
Nova Scotia, Afriqueville, and all that. I heard about Afriqueville in those areas. Wow,
Yeah. I
wow.
don't know why. The Caribbeans are
Hmm.
densely populated in Toronto, in Ontario
Yes.
specifically. Yeah. So I don't know why that is,
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
maybe it was when people came, they placed people in different places
Hmm.
depending on what is needed, to
Right,
boost the economy. So it's not something that I'm versed on because I haven't looked into
right,
that.
right. So from those that are younger that might be watching these type of shows, understand that it is a journey. It's not an overnight event. It's not a 3-day event. It's a journey of really trying to reconnect yourself and recall who you are, even
Mm.
from what she does from Reiki. Now, from your study of Reiki, did you find it also in ancient African culture other than in India also from your studies?
Reiki's not from India.
Mhm.
Okay, so when I was initiated into the lineage of Yusuru, um, it was rediscovered by a
Okay.
Japanese.
Okay.
And a lot of the language around that is he just like he created it. No, he rediscovered it. It's the
Okay.
same thing Jesus did.
Right.
And when you go, and this is why studying is so important, not
Okay.
studying to regurgitate old knowledge, studying to understand where you came from, studying
Right.
to understand your root and your lineage. So the more I studied, I started to learn that this was far beyond what we have been taught or what I was taught. It's energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy has always been. So this thing that I'm working with, that we all have access to, is here, and it never went anywhere. So you can't discover something or rediscover something that has always been here.
Right.
So working with it, and then the more, when I learned about the Afrocentric side of spirituality, I learned about Kemetic Reiki, and I was like, oh.
Now that's why I wanted you to go. That's because I know there is that Queen of Four talks about it, and a lot of other people, but I know.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I need to show this.
Okay. I'll put you back.
I would love.
Remember, please like and share, family. Please share, like, subscribe. We have these conversations when we don't have any interviews. We have these little conversations. Go ahead and show what
these are great. These convos are great. So I would love to have her on the show. It just hit it just hit me. So these books.
Oh yeah,
Kemetic.
You know, she's been wanting to come on my show for a while.
Oh my God, we need her on. We need her on. Her books are amazing, and I relate. I have the traditional, like in my lineage, I have my books as well. But
she gonna be upset with me because she been wanting to come on my show because I said we was gonna do, because I met her at a retreat, and I was one of the people that spoke, broke down numerology at the retreat. And I met her at the retreat, and I remember buying one of her books. I bought one of her books, and so she also does Kemetic yoga and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I got her number. You gotta text me her name so I can make sure it's still on the phone. Because I see her at all of Tassili's events at Raw Food.
She's amazing. Like you can.
She lives out here. I think she lives out here. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. And I need to. And Yasir Israel wants to come on the show too. The Kemetic master that taught a lot of these people, yoga master, he wants to come on the show too. So I gotta hit him up. These are people that I've known for like. Yeah.
And would he teach us? Would he do a demo?
He would do it. Well, he always set up his background and he'll show you the moves, right?
Amazing.
In front of us. So that would be nice. It's Yasir. I forgot how it says his name. It starts with a Y. Yisrael or something like that. But it's a Kemetic name. But I know.
And I don't want to butcher her name. I want to learn how to say it properly.
Put it in the front. Put it up in the front first. Let me see. Yes. Rakit Kajara. Nia Nepetet. Yeah. So I gotta go, and I got her in my phone. I know I have it in my phone. Believe me, I know. Because we see each other. King Simon, when are you going to have me on your podcast?
Aww.
I'm like, I'm gonna get right back to you. And I realize I can't remember her name because the name's too long. And sometimes when you have long names,
too long. It's not too long. You're not familiar with that because of how they have shrunken.
Like I know the brother that wrote the Ma'at books, all of the books of Ma'at, Ra Nefrer Atum. So I know the brother there because every time he see me, King Simon, how are you, my brother? Tell Laila Africa that I send my greetings. That's how he sound. He got that.
Wait, in the comments, El Bruno says that it's active. Is El Bruno, are you in Toronto?
He's in Niagara Falls. No, I'm joking.
It's lonely out here indeed. However, it's pretty active on the spiritual end for me. Yeah. Where are you? Are you in Toronto? Yeah, because
he's coming up. He's coming up on. I think he's coming up on YouTube. So let me see if he's. Are you Toronto? El Bruno. Are you in Toronto? Make a yay or nay. Are you in Toronto?
Maybe.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. So the spiritual scene, it's changing. It's changing. I feel that there has been a vast shift since in the last few years alone. So that's really promising. And
good. I think someone like you can really bring it to the forefront if you wanted to do it. You got the power. You got the power. And I think a nice like I said, I like what I enjoyed what Mama Oracle did in Montreal with Queen of Four, and that's why I wanted Queen of Four to go to Toronto, because then you will see who's there.
Right.
When she shouted out, then they start coming, and some of them would travel over the bridge from Detroit and all of that to come see it.
That's true.
That's how deep it is. And don't you go to Detroit? You ever been to Detroit yourself? You ever checked out Detroit?
I've been, but would I go just to go? No.
Well, Nandy's is a nice place to do a lecture or produce events, because I've been there and spoke over there before. Nandy is it's called Nandy's Knowledge Shop. Nandy's Knowledge Shop. Yeah. So all she has is books and food. Books and food.
My two favorite things.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Well, books and food. Yeah, man.
Honestly, I'm missing Tassili's. Like, I think about that rap just every so often, and I'm just like, golly, I wish there was something here like that.
Would you like to interview her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because she does have a book. Her book is called I bought her book. It's called Journey to Self-Fullness. Very good books. Journey to Self-Fullness by Tassili Ma'at.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yes, it's a beautiful book. I'm gonna call because I spoke to her at length like last week. We spoke.
Okay.
About doing something, because I might do something at her spot. But
okay.
I definitely would like you to be a part of that energy one day to come out. You know?
I know, right?
Yes. You got to come out. You got to come to, do something over there at her spot, because she has a nice little small spot where you could do private small workshops
in the backyard. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, either backyard or upstairs. Right upstairs there's a private lounge area that you can do an event there also. So, and then she owns the 640 Cafe. And those are places that I can rent out. They gave me a good rate and all that. Either $50 an hour for the smaller place, and then over there it's like for 4 to 5 hours it's like $700, which is a good rate. If you join their membership, it becomes cheaper. You know. Oh, he said he's in IG. Are you in GA?
Georgia.
You're in Georgia. The spiritual community is beautiful out here. What are you talking about?
No, he said that he if I'm reading it right, he says it's lonely out here, indeed. But however, it's pretty active on the spiritual end.
Oh yeah. In Georgia, we out here. I'm in Stone Mountain, so yeah. Are you serious? I'm in Stone Mountain. I just did some spiritual tree feeding. I was feeding the big tree that's right there, because that's the one that keeps on calling me to talk to it and give it a hug or touch it. And I got 23 trees in the back, which that's the royal star of the lion. That number is the royal star of the lion or the lioness. So I always try to feed each one of them or give them. And then, of course, the animals come through, the deers come through. And, I love all of that, because, I have a balancing beam on one of the fallen trees. I make it a balancing beam. I do my Tai Chi and my Qi Gong there, to get the grounding energy from the tree. So, so that it's and I had to do something today because of a transition that happened. So I want to make sure that the vibes was right for that particular person. And, I'm not, won't say any names, but it's all about understanding that they're enjoying their transition. I can tell they are. Whatever, big up to them. And it's a big thing. And so I want people to, always brace yourself for major things that are happening out there, whether it's in the spiritual community or out there on, what they show on television, all that. Brace yourself. And again, when low vibrations come, you go high. Keep yourself high, because there's something major that's about to really show itself, and that's going to be deep to a lot of people. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And I know you feel it. Mm-hmm. I felt it from the time I was doing the numbers before with November and breaking that. I felt that energy, so I knew that there was something.
It's coming.
Emergency alert. So anytime you see emergency and the 911 and 411 showing its face together, that's a whole nother energy. And I said, But
I promise you, if you are staying in a high vibration, you're surrounded by joy. And right now your heart space is open. Your heart space has to be open, and you have to be constantly projecting love and being open for love to come to you, a reciprocal. It won't touch you.
Tell them.
Like you don't give your energy to it. You send out love. You send out love constantly, and it will not touch you because we're on an individual journey. We're trying to grow. We're trying to learn. We're trying to expand ourselves here in this dimension.
That's right. That's
we're
right.
supposed to feel, but we're supposed to learn. We're here to learn. It's a soul journey. We're in school. So the powers that be, will constantly throw things at us. And I love this analogy. My favorite game that I play every so often is Super Mario Brothers.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yes, when you're playing this game, you remember, like, there's little characters, there's the mushrooms that are coming at you, there's the little weird thing, not the mushrooms, like the weird little creatures that are coming at you. And if they touch you, you can die, right? You get knocked off and you have to restart the game. You get a certain amount of lives. And then after those lives have expired, then you have to restart the game and start over. And this is how I look at life. You get knocked down. There's things that are coming at us constantly. But have you learned how to navigate yourself through them? Have you learned how to grab the coins, the treasures, and store the things that you acquire, the lessons away for the rainy day that you will need to access them, to use them to elevate yourself and to get through the really challenging situations? That's what it's about. Not to get distracted and not to be fearful that, oh no, I have to go save the princess, but there's a humongous dragon. How am I going to get past the dragon? If you focus on how are you going to get past the dragon, you will never get beyond the dragon. We remember to set ourselves up and be in a state of just like figuring out what is the right strategy. How can we implement what we've learned to find the best results for this? How can I tap into my toolkit?
That's right. And I'm glad she said that because she talked about the soul family, and you know me already with my numbers. Look at that. 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 See the word soul. The word soul adds up to 19, which in tarot, that's the number of the sun. So that is the light within all of us. That's what the soul represents. And because
reach on it.
That soul represents, because 19 adds up to 10, 1 plus 9 equals 10. You got to remember that's the wheel of fortune energy. So if your soul is vibrating on a higher vibration and you allow your soul to vibrate on a higher vibration, then the wheel of fortune is destined and automatic for you because that's your accomplishments. That's the wheel of fortune of accomplishment. But in the Pythagorean system, the word soul adds up to the number 13, which is the number of power and dominance. That's why people born under the 13th or the 19th in celebrity history or in history in general have been very successful with it. But always remember that 13 comes with discipline. It comes with creativity. It comes with productivity. If you want the soul to be a helpful, energetic thing for you in this physical realm, you have to be productive and you have to be willing to shine light on the greatest part of who you are and bring it to the light. That's how it all works for me when I look at the mathematics of these things. You know what I'm saying? So let's give that a round of applause what we just spoke about.
Yes. 13, the death card.
Yes, there's no transformation. That's what it is. Transformation. That's right. It's called a transformation. Again, after you go through those 12 disciplines or disciples, guess where you got to go through? The transformation. That's the 13th. That's why Christ was the 13th disciple. That was the 13th discipline, because after you've gone through Simon and Matthew and John and all the rest of those, which all means something. Simon means to hear. Peter means the rock. All means something. It's all discipline. Let's not get caught up in the madness. All discipline. It's all about the discipline. And I love it. Uh-oh, you dropping some cards? What? She about to drop the cards? What? She about to drop the cards? What?
Let's see. I'm not. Oh.
Okay. I started a book called The School of Karma. Let me throw that up in the front. Talk to me. What is it? Okay, 21. Ooh, yeah.
The world card jumped out.
Crown of the Magi. Go ahead.
And then this card, I don't know.
Which one is that?
That is the 7 of Cups.
7 of Cups. What does
7 of Cups.
What does that mean? Those two.
Choices. So the world card, there are so many things, just exactly what we're talking about, right? There's so many things that are coming at us pertaining to the whole world, the world. And what were we started this conversation off talking about Saturn. Don't look at my icky nails. Talking about Saturn, and the world card deals with Saturn. It's a Saturnian energy, and it's the root chakra. So it's about being grounded and sturdy and steady in self. So there are a lot of things coming at us in the world. What are you going to choose? What are you going to put your attention towards? That is where we are really focused. We should be focused on right now. There are many choices, but are you going to choose the best option for your well-being, for your elevation, for your spiritual growth, and for your peace? Your peace. We have to protect our peace. Nobody can protect our peace. Obviously, if you live in this world, you see how constantly we are under attack for our peace. So this is very fitting that these two are the cards that came out and they jumped out. They literally just jumped out. 7 energy, the 7. We're in the year. What year are we in? 7?
Yes,
we're in the end, right? And it's the world, the world card. 21. 3 energy.
Life is one big road with a lot of signs and more signs. You have to make up your mind to choose reality all the time. Yeah, the late great Tennyson, from back in the day. Oh man, I think he's Aquarius also, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's on Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy. But yeah, that life is full of one big road with a lot of signs.
So many signs,
but it is now 9:00, 9:02. We gotta get ready to move on to another level and get on out of here. But we have had such a beautiful time with all of you out there. Anything else you wanted to drop on them, young lady?
No.
Phil Valentine loved her. Let me tell you, Phil Valentine.
I loved him.
Phil loved her.
So does that mean he's gonna come back on the healing line?
Oh, he'll always come back. But if I ask him, but remember, he's moving. He's getting ready to move.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. His wife's birthday is coming up November the 4th. So big up to her. Yeah,
4th energy. Okay.
Yeah, coming up November 4th. So that's good. I'm so happy. And man, but look out, tomorrow. Just pay attention to what's going on. That is the Day of the Dead. And it's about honoring the ancestors, but really we honor our ancestors all the time, every day.
So what should we do? Like, say we want to fully honor them.
Well, that's good. If you have an altar, you want to show respect to your ancestors, do give them some food that you would usually eat. You remember, like this morning, out of my spirit said, put some tea on my altar. I had Lipton tea. My grandmother and grandfather loved Lipton tea, and they're on it. And I said, you know what? And then I moved just like that. Sometimes your spirit tell you what to do.
Right.
And I said I fed a tree because of somebody that transitioned. I wanted to make sure I showed them some love. So whatever move with your spirit, I don't tell people to do exactly what move with your spirit when it comes to this. It's your family. It's your connection. And I remember what my grandfather liked, and I have both my grandmother and my grandfather on the altar. One from my mother's side, one from my father's side of the family.
Yeah.
And I don't put a whole bunch of people. They was the ones that was connected to me a little more from my mother's side and my father's side. So I make sure I acknowledge them, and that just put the vibration for all of my ancestors that come, because there's a whole lot of them. We got a lot of them. But what you suggest that we do also from your perspective?
Same thing. Altar work. Altar work. Light a candle.
Yes.
Sit and set some intentions with your ancestors. Tons of gratitude. You can even write to them.
Yes.
Thanking them. Write a love note, like a love letter to them. Because again, it's all about the heart space and really showing love and appreciation. So get some flowers, for your
Yeah.
altar as well. Some beautiful fresh flowers or plants.
Right.
Fill up their water, make sure all the elements are there. Air, feathers, crystals, plants, fire. So that's the candles. Yeah.
And family, do me a favor. Please make sure all of you that are tuned in, subscribe also to Kerry-Ann's YouTube page, because we want her page to go up to at least 1,000. She has like 500 some odd people right now, but I wanted to go up to 1,000.
Thank you, everyone.
To start it off, because that's where the algorithms pick up when it goes into that 1,000, and it helps everybody that's on this channel on King Simon Presents, whether you're listening now or you're listening later. Please show this sister NTO KCA Canada, that some love and show some respect. And we got a great guest coming up. Who do I got this coming Sunday? I didn't even. Oh my gosh! I'm supposed to have someone. Red Pill I might have this coming Sunday. You gotta hit him up.
Powerful.
Yeah, because he's going to be speaking at Nicholas on the 11th, and I want to make sure I help promote that. And then, of course, Asia we got on the 8th. Of course, we got that flyer. She designed the flyer. Our beautiful sister here designed this flyer, so big up to that. And then on the 12th, we might have Wesley Muhammad on the 12th. And then on the 15th, we're looking at Sylvia Traymore, the first Black female comedian and writer of Saturday Night Live. Right there along with Eddie Murphy and when Richard Pryor and all of them were there. This lady is going to be on the 15th on our show. I can't wait to have that. And then on the 19th of November, on Sunday, I'm supposed to have some. We haven't confirmed if we're going to have Iris Latham yet, so I'm waiting for him to hit us back. So we're looking at the 22nd or the 29th for Iris. So that should be fun, especially because we're getting into Thanksgiving. What people should be eating, quote unquote. We got Iris. If we get Iris on the 22nd, that'd be beautiful. But he's traveling, so we want to make sure he got a good reception, because if you catch Iris while he's in one of them countries, we be seeing this. That's all we'll be seeing with Iris.
And he's pouring his whatchamacallit, his smoothies, and there's like magic because it's stuck.
That's all we'll see with Iris. So we gotta catch him where the Wi-Fi is working.
He goes to some amazing places though. Like,
yes, he does. That's my brother, my Leo brother. That's my Leo brother. So enough respect to Iris all the time. Him and I have the same amount of children, 9. So big up to him.
I don't even know how that's possible.
We're so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and talk some knowledge.
Movement.
Yeah,
look at that.
We had
this is what happens in our body. This is the helix, everyone. This is our DNA.
Exactly. She know what we're talking about. She know what it is. So, family, want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, and share not only my YouTube channel, but Kerry-Ann Ingram's YouTube channel. Also, she's on Twitch. We're both on Twitter. Both of us on Facebook. No, you're on Facebook too? You're not broadcasting on Facebook, right?
I'm not broadcasting on Facebook.
Okay, but I'm on Facebook and also the YouTube channels. Please continue to support what we do. And have a great night. Anything you want to say, beautiful, to these people?
Thank you all so much for tuning in and showing up and sharing your energy with us. We really, 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 really are so grateful. So grateful. Keep your heart open. Keep your heart open. And also, while you're keeping your heart open, make sure you're also guarding your heart as well. Love you all so much. King Simon.
Let's give them a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause for coming on. Love y'all. See y'all. Peace and love and soul.
Trade.
Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.